Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's 11 a.m. and it's a time to start annual general meeting. Myself, Hetal Korodia, I'm the company secretary, and today I'm the host for this virtual AGM. On behalf of Afin India Limited, I warmly welcome you all to this 28th annual general meeting of the company. As this meeting is held through the video conferencing mode because of the social distancing norm as caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Our company has taken all the possible steps to ensure that all the shareholders are provided an opportunity to participate in the meeting. Uh, Now, I wish to introduce particularly for the benefits of the new shareholder, my colleagues of the board. First, I would like to introduce and thank the founder cum chairman and the whole-time director of the Afin Group, which is Mr. Mahendra Shah, for his leadership and continued support to the company. His guidance and the foresight always strongly determined a positive evolution of the Arfan Group. Now I request the chairman to welcome the members of the company. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to welcome the members of Arfin India Limited to the 28th annual general meeting. Due to the coronavirus concern and social distancing norms, we are for the first time in the history of Arfin holding this annual general meeting through video conference. Arfin Foray itself as a prominent name in aluminum recycling and ferroalloys in the year 2011-12 with aluminum diox and followed by aluminum wire rod plant during 2012 and 13. In the year 2014-15, Arfin expanded its reach in the steel sector by extending its manufacturing strength to produce code-wide products, which was followed by setup of alloy plants during 2015-16 and ferroalloys plant during 2016-17. In the year 2017-18, the company started supplying to power sector through its conductor plant. We still continue to remain the India's leading aluminum product manufacturing company. Main product lines includes aluminum wire rod, aluminum diox, cold wire, aluminum alloy ingots, ferroalloys, conductors, and cables. I thank you all for participating in today's meeting and sincerely wish that all of you and your family members are safe and healthy. Now we have the request quorum present through video conference to conduct the proceedings of this meeting. The quorum being present, I call this meeting to order. I kindly ask all of us to be patient and work together to make this AGM successful. Thank you.
Thank you, chairman, sir. Now I request all other directors who are joining us through the video conferencing to introduce themselves. First, I request Mr. Jatin Shah, who has joined us in 2012. Kindly introduce yourself to the members. Over to you, sir.
Myself, Jatin Shah, Managing Director, Arfin India Limited. I am attending this online AGM from Arfin's corporate house in Ahmedabad. I extend warm welcome to all of you to this first AGM via video conferencing on behalf of Arfin. I trust your family and you all are keeping well in the midst of unprecedented pandemic COVID-19. However, I have no doubt that India and world will achieve faster progress, greater prosperity and quality of development process of the COVID crisis. I also strongly believe that every adversity presents multiple new opportunities. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Now I request Mukesh Chaudhary.
Good morning, everyone. I am Mukesh Chaudhary, Independent Director of the company since November 2017. I also chair the Nomination and Remuneration Committee. I am joining this virtual meeting from my office at Ahmedabad. Thank you.
Mr. Hardik Hundia.
Good morning to all members. Myself, Hardik Hundia, Independent Director of the company. I chair the Audit Committee of the company. I am attending this EGM from my home base in Ahmedabad. Thank you.
Thank you all. Mr. Jitendra Shah has been not able to join this meeting. Apart from them, we also have the key executives and the senior management, including Mrs. Pushpa Shah, Executive Director, Mr. Vijay Lati, Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Ashish Thakkar, the Group President, and Mr. B.L. Kumar, the Vice President of the company, also joining from the respective locations. Sanjay Bajoria and Associates, Statutory Auditors, Kamlesh Shah, the Secretarial Auditor, and the Scrutinizer for this meeting have also joined this meeting. I would request the Honorable Chairman, Mahendra Shah, to proceed further.
Dear all, the notice and annual report has already been circulated to all the members on their email IDs registered either with the company or depository participants. With your permission, I shall take them as read. The auditor's report on standalone financial statement and secretarial audit report for the financial year ended March 31st, 2020 do not contain any qualifications, adverse remark, or disclaimer. Accordingly, the reports are not required to be read out as provided in the Companies Act 2013. The meeting is held through video conferencing so that the requirement to propose and second the resolution does not apply. There is no physical attendance of the members, so the requirement of appointing proxy is not applicable. This AGM is being held electronically, so that I request the company secretary to explain the manner in which the proceeding will be conducted and other related matters.
Thank you, sir. Before commencing the formal transaction of this business, I would like to take you through certain important points for joining this virtual meeting. This meeting is held in accordance with the circulars and the guidelines as issued by Ministry of the Corporate Affairs and the SEBI. The facility to attend the meeting through the video conferencing, the remote voting, and the voting at the AGM is being made available to all the members of the company through the NSDL e-voting system. The live streaming of this meeting is also being done. The statutory registers, which have been made available electronically for the inspection by the members of the company on the website of the company. Now, the period of the remote voting, which had commenced on September 25, 2020 at the 9 a.m. and ended on September 27, 2020 at the 5 p.m. The members who have not voted, the members who have already voted through the remote voting can join this AGM, but will not be allowed to vote again. And the members who did not vote earlier may vote electronically during the course of the AGM. Members may also note that voting will not be allowed by show of the hand. Members are encouraged to participate this meeting through the laptops for the better experience. The participants joining from the mobile devices and the tablets may experience audio due to the fluctuation in the network. Therefore, it is recommended to use the stable Wi-Fi or the LAN connection to avoid any disturbance during the meeting. Now, I also want to say that the company has not received any request from the members to register themselves as a speaker shareholder. Once the question answer session will start, the chairman will answer those questions which received in the advance. Okay, if the member want to ask any question during the AGM, they can ask the question by using the checkbox facility, which is available on their video conferencing screen. Members are requested to keep their question very specific and brief. The company also reserves a right to limit the number of the member asking the question during the AGM due to the availability of the time. The members are also referred the instruction as provided in the notice of the AGM. If the member face any issue or any question, they can reach out the helpline numbers. Okay, now we will proceed with the formal transaction of this business. We will take up now the resolutions which are already mentioned in the notice of the AGM. So I will quickly read all the resolutions. The resolution number 1, which is related to the adoption of the standalone audited financial statement and the reports of the directors and the auditors thereon for the financial year ended on March 31st, 2020. Now, the resolution number 2, which is related to the reappointment of the director in place of Mr. Jatin Shah, who retires by the rotation, eligible himself and offer himself for the reappointment. Now, the resolution number 3, which is related to the appointment of Mr. Hardik Shantilal Hundia as an independent director of the company. Now, the resolution number 4, which is related to the appointment of Mr. Jitendra Shah as an independent director of the company. And the resolution number 5, which is related to the ratification of the remuneration payable to the cost auditor of the company. All the resolutions are the over, and the company had provided the facility to cast the vote on all the resolution as mentioned earlier by me. Okay, now I request the Honorable Chairman to present the summary of the company's performance for the financial year 1920 and give a brief updates on the future plans of the company. Over to you, sir.
Dear members, it is a pleasure to connect you with all of you again, although this time we meet virtually. I am thankful to you for taking the time out to join us today. Your continued support and confidence in us drive us to create great values. The company has achieved gross sale of rupees 410 crores during the year 2019-20. The company has sold 24,533 metric tons of goods in compared to 23,950 metric tons during the previous financial year 2018-19. Although we were impacted of country's wide lockdown on business during last quarter of the year, the company has recorded sales volume growth of 20% in aluminum diox, 9% in aluminum alloy ingot, 9% in conductors, and 14% in ferroalloys business. However, sales in value are down in compared to previous year, mainly on account of price reduction globally. In the year 2019-20, export sales has grown by 86% in compared to previous financial year. Your company has sold goods worth 74.35 crores to overseas customer to compare to 40 crores during the previous financial year. Operationally, the company continued to evolve the global network of customers by adding few more reputed and respected customers to our list. The company also expects to grow further in export markets. During the year, aluminum alloy wire plant got operational. Production from this plant is being used for manufacturing of conductors. It is a backward integration for manufacturing of conductors, which will result in better margin in the business. In the terms of external market scenario, financial year 2019 and 20 saw slowdown.
Sir, your voice is not audible. Okay.
Is it okay now?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it is okay.
Raw material and finished good prices went down in compared to previous year, which has resulted in top line degrowth. During last quarter of the year, the World Health Organization characterized the outbreak of the new coronavirus as a pandemic. Globally, COVID-19 was there since January 2020, which has impacted our imports and export cycles. The company domestic operations were also impacted due to suspending production activities across all plants following nationwide lockdown announced by the government of India. The company has been taking various precautionary measures across all its plants to support the nationwide effort of government of India to prevent the spread of coronavirus. The company has managed its cash flow very well during this lockdown period and expects to return very soon on the path of growth. However, this slowdown period, the company has been able to achieve growth in sales volume, which is a very positive sign of future growth of the company. In the terms of capacity and potential, we continue to remain the India's strongest non-ferrous metal company with a dominant presence in steel, automobile, and power sectors. The company has total production capacity of 59,000 metric ton per annum. The company has significant spare capacity to increase its production and sales level. Our growth facilities set up during earlier year continue and confidence in our ability to fulfill our customer demands in the Indian and as well as overseas market. We continue to be driven by the best global practices and our vision to become fully integrated non-ferrous metal company. We are hopeful and seeing the future with endless exciting opportunities. I once again convey my heartfelt thanks to all our shareholders for their continuous trust and confidence in the management of the company. I, I am also thankful to the followed board member for their continuous support and guidance in the growth of the company. I also convey my sincere thanks to our customers, suppliers, bankers, auditors, consultants, and all other business associates, governments, and other authorities for their continued support, interest, and confidence in the company and its management. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your valuable inputs. Now I would request Mr. Jatin Shah to also address the members of the company. Over to you, sir. Listen, sir. Sir, your voice is not audible. Okay.
I feel privileged to thank every stakeholder of the company who joined us today in this virtual meeting and also who plays an active role in our success. Without their support and efforts, we could not be where we are today. We are in midst of incomparable times of COVID-19 at Arfin. We started to recognize the health crisis very early, and we assure you that we have acted with the greatest concern and priority for the health of our staff members and their families. This pandemic is extraordinary. It has impacted the world and every country, business, and individual. These are not easy times for any of us, and our clients are dealing with several challenges as well. I'm confident that we can be proud with agility which the Arfin has managed to navigate the pandemic over last few months, both on health and business continuity. Today, all plants are operating to serve our customers. I will now share some highlights of company's performance. Firstly, I would like to add the export business of company is growing as fast as earlier said by Chairman Sir. Export sales has grown by 86% in compared to previous years. The company has sold goods worth of 74 crores to overseas customers. Increase in export sales will also benefit company on account of natural hedging of imports payment against export remittances. Addition of aluminum alloy wire rod has also added one more product line of our aluminum alloy wire rod. Arfin has diversified its businesses and covered the supplies of steel, automobile, and power customers in India as well as overseas market. Aluminum wire rod, aluminum diox, cold wire, ferrotitanium are being sold to steel sector customers. Alloy ingots are being sold to automobile sector customers. Conductors are being sold to state electricity boards and other private players in power sector. Also, ongoing focus on continuous improvement is helping us to achieve even greater efficiencies. This year, volatility in raw material prices of aluminum and foreign exchange fluctuations have been affected the growth of aluminum industry to a large extent and also affected the performance of company. Still, company has balanced its foreign currency risk on imports through more export sales and part buying from domestic markets. Our priorities will be improve margins as well as to bottom line and the efficiencies through enhanced use of technology, diversify our product mix, boosting capacity utilization and lowering finance costs. The road ahead is certainly challenging. However, Arfin has always risen to challenges and emerged as stronger player in non-ferrous metal industry. Finally, I wish to thank you, our stakeholders, for having faith and trust in us. We hope our your continuous support, encouragement, and guidance in our endeavor of creating strong non-ferrous metal company. Thank you. Back to you, Hetal.
Thank you, sir. As there being no formal business left to be transacted, we will now moving on to the question answer session. Sir, I think you should note it down the questions all. First of all, the members are sending a question with regard to not receiving the physical copy of the annual report in the times of the COVID-19. The question number 2, which is related to the company has not declared the dividend from the last 2 years. So there is any future plan with the company with regard to the shareholders? And question number 3, what is the main reason for the losses incurred by the company during the financial year 1920? So company want to give any explanation for that? Sir, over to you.
Yes. Regarding the losses incurred is due to only, it is not a business loss, but it is a bad debt incurred by this SR Steel has gone into insolvency. The Supreme Court has said that unsecured and these creditors should not be paid. That is why we have to put that in the bad debts of the company. So that is the main losses, and in business we have given a profit, but due to the bad debts, it is the balance sheet. It is a one-time loss in the balance sheet.
Sir, there is another question with regard to the dividends of the company. The company has not issued dividends.
Due to these bad debts only and the performance of last 2 years, due to the slowdown of the economy and having a major expansion plans, so we did not able to give the dividend to the shareholders. Maybe in the future we may, as soon as the growth will start from in the company.
Okay. And there is a
regarding this annual report, we have already sent the annual report by emails, and the physical copies, those who have required, we will send in they can demand.
Okay. Thank you, sir. We have no other questions from the members. So I think all the questions were answered by the chairman. The members may also note that the votings will be available for the next 15 minutes, even after the meeting. So the members who are not voted yet are requested to do so. And the resolution, which is set forth in the notice, shall be deemed to be passed today, subject to the receipt of the requisite number of the votes by the members of the company. And the voting results will be declared by the chairman post the receipt of the scrutinizer report, and will be published on the website of the company, also on the website of the NSTL, and will be submitted to the stock exchange within the 48 hours. I thank you all for attending this virtual meeting, and I hereby declare the proceeding of the meeting as a close. Thank you everyone, and see you next year. I request the host of the meeting to close the meeting. Thank you.